People say every house has a heart. Mine had a room. I moved into the apartment on a Sunday evening. Cheap rent, cracked walls, and a landlord who never made eye contact. He handed me the keys like he was passing a curse. "Don't use the storage room," he said quietly. I laughed. "Every place has one." He didn't laugh back. My name is Arav. I'm the kind of person who notices patterns, clock ticks, floorboard creaks, breathing rhythms. That's why I noticed it on the first night. The sound. Not footsteps, not pipes. It sounded like someone counting under their breath, stopping every time I moved. The storage room was at the end of the hallway. Black door, no handle. Just a circular indentation where a knob should have been. Like something had been twisted off. I tried to ignore it. People ignore tumors until they scream. On the third night, I dreamt I was standing outside the door. The indentation slowly filled with something wet and pink, forming a doorknob made of flesh. When I turned it, the door whispered my name. Rav. I woke up screaming. That morning, there were numbers scratched into my arm. Tiny, neat, like tally marks. I don't remember doing it. I asked the landlord about the room. He stared at the wall behind me and said, "It remembers voices. Try not to give it yours." That night, I heard crying. It came from inside the storage room. Not loud, controlled, like someone who had learned that screaming only makes things worse. I pressed my ear to the door. The crying stopped. Then a voice. My voice said from the other side, "Don't open it, Arav." I stumbled back, heart tearing itself apart. The next morning, my reflection was delayed. I smiled. It smiled a second later. Under my bed, I found a notebook I had never bought. On the first page, in my handwriting, Day 1, he moves in. Day 2, he hears us. Day 3, he starts to split. I flipped to the last page. Day 17, the room keeps him. I checked my phone. It was day 16. That night, the door was open. The storage room was bigger inside than the apartment itself. No walls, just darkness swallowing light. The air smelled like old skin and metal. Something stood inside, not a monster, not a shadow. It was me, but wrong. Its eyes were stitched shut with black thread. Its mouth moved anyway. "Do you know why we need you?" it asked in my voice. I couldn't move. Rooms like this are born when someone dies unnoticed. We grow from loneliness, but we survive by learning people. It stepped closer. We learn their habits, their thoughts, their fear. I felt my memories slipping. My childhood, my mother's face, my first song, all being copied. "What happens to me?" I whispered. It smiled wider than skin should allow. "You become quiet." The room breathed. The walls formed faces, dozens of them, mouths sewn shut, eyes begging. Every tenant who had lived here before me. I ran. The hallway stretched endlessly. Doors slammed shut as I passed. The apartment no longer recognized me. The storage room door appeared in front of me again, open. Inside, I saw my apartment. Normal, warm. I saw myself inside it, making tea, humming, living. Behind me, the room whispered softly, "Only one of you gets to leave." I realized something too late. I don't remember choosing. Now I sit here, in the dark, counting breaths, listening to footsteps outside. Someone just moved into the apartment. They're walking toward the hallway, toward the door, and the room is smiling again.